Hello and welcome to our definitive player assessment for 21-22 with myself, Sam Davis.
And me, Tom Jordan.
This is Back of the Net and we're at the Pear at Parley. We were here a couple of days ago and the sunshine, well, it's kept its hat on for us, mate. You haven't got yours on, but what happened this week? Did you forget it?
Yeah, I did, mate, yeah. And I thought, we've already done part one with the hat, part two without the hat, do it for the fans, mate, mix it up.
If you want to come here for some food, the food's unbelievable, but drinks out in the garden or on one of their terraces, like really, really good place to go. And happy promotion, mate. Have you done that already? Premier League, what stuff?
Never enough times, mate. Never enough.
Just a quick one, mate. This video is going to be going out before the playoff final at the end of the month. Who do you think's going to go through, mate? Forest or Huddersfield? Who do you want to go through? Who do you think's going to go?
I think Huddersfield are going to do it because I think there's been a lot of talk of Luton, all the little imagine the story if Luton went up. Obviously, it didn't happen. Sheffield being like the best squad and all this stuff come out of nowhere. Forest is and no one spoke about Huddersfield. I think they're quite good. We watched when we were away in Manchester. We watched the first leg of Luton Huddersfield, which Luton managed to get a point, and we thought Huddersfield deserved to win that. I think they might surprise them. I think it could go to distance actually. But fair play to Cookie for scoring his pen, by the way.
What a pen that was.
Yeah,
my God.
yeah. Don't know him for penalties, but that was really good. But it should be a good final, mate. And I'm just glad we can relax and watch it and know that it doesn't affect us.
Absolutely. So this show, if you didn't watch the first part, then what you're doing, click the card at the top of the screen and you can watch the first part of the video. And what we're doing 5 different factors. Look, I've got my phone here because I've got a screenshot of the tier list that we made for our mid-season player grading show. We're keeping the same tier names, so we've got the absolute Don all the way down to come on really, and then we've got a hard to judge category for the players that are hard to judge. So I'm going to ask Tom firstly what he thought he put before, then we're going to have a brief chat about the player, see where that player should go on the list now, also talk about the moment of the season for said player, plus what next? Do we keep them? Is the essential player, one for the squad? Keep but loan out? Is his stay at AFC Bournemouth up in the air, or is it probably time to move on? So, we've done the first half. We're going to move on to Lloyd Kelly. Where do you reckon you put him then, Thomas?
I reckon I put him solid shift.
No.
Baller?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. He did start the season well.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to keep him there.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep him there. I think there was a period, particularly when Nat Phillips had just come in, where you thought his distribution, he was giving the ball away, and you thought, people getting frustrated with him.
Yeah.
It coincided with our bad run.
Yeah.
But what we'll say is, once that criticism come, we got into the run-in where we needed people to stand up and be counted for, and he did that. And he showed in leadership qualities that we maybe were unsure if he had them. He made him and Nat Phillips's partnership got better and better with every game.
Yeah, absolutely did.
And he's played a lot of football for us. Been given a lot of responsibility at the back. Been given that captaincy at a young age. So I think he deserves to stay in that category. To be honest, mate.
One of my things that I always get a bit not irked by, but sometimes I just want to see players that really show the passion, because that's when you're in the North Stand or whatever, you want to see players, geeing up the crowd and looking connected. And one of my things about Lloyd Kelly was he never really looked very connected, but once he got the job done at Forest, you could see it was almost like something just came out of him, and he was like celebrating with the fans, like jumping up and down. And fair play, as a professional, he did it right. He concentrated on the job, and then afterwards he sort of let himself go and enjoyed the moment. And mate, certain players have gone up in my sort of estimation based on what I'm seeing off the pitch, and that includes the manager as well. And for a player that is so young, that has had like issues with his distribution, sometimes he hasn't been completely on, his touch hasn't been great. He's still learning his trade, and look, what a change it would be to go from playing alongside Gary Cahill to playing alongside someone with a lot less experience. And that's what happened. And even when Nat Phillips came, I know he's got Premier League pedigree, experience, not as much as say other players, but it must have been a change. And he needed to concentrate on his leadership more than he did before, but he took it in his stride. And like you say, in that final 10, he was exemplary.
Yes.
And I think, absolutely right that he should be in baller. If he was more consistent, he could be touching the absolute Don.
He could be, yeah, if it wasn't for them little patches where, yeah, he kind of, like you say, gave the ball away a little bit. But to be fair to him, I think people forget how young he is.
He is so young, you know.
And he's also, you think of who he's replacing, right? He's replacing a club legend in Steve Cook, who would put, I mean, art in his sleeve stuff, block everything, absolutely. So he's got to compete with a club legend. And then before that, left centre-back, Nathan Ake, one of the best players I've ever seen in the Bournemouth shirt.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot to compare to at such a young age, been given the armband. And I think you forget that in the moment. I certainly did. You forget that in the moment sometimes. And I think, come on, Lloyd, you're the captain. And I think, well, actually, he's still a young lad who's learning. And I think he's getting better and better. And as you say, when we needed him, like we said with a lot of these players, he stood up. So, yeah, really, really happy with Lloyd. And I'm glad that he kind of showed that at the end of the season, because he was one of the ones that I felt in home games, if he made a bad pass, everyone would, and he just kept going about his business, didn't he? So, and people forget, he'd been playing left back previous seasons, he'd had injury problems. So for him to be one of the best centre-halves in the league, I think is, he deserves massive credit.
Have you got a moment of the season for him?
He's one, I think, with what I'm saying there. I'm probably going to go into them as a collective, them last couple of games, probably the last game and the Nottingham Forest game, actually, not the last game, but the promotion game where you thought, be a captain, stand up, keep a clean sheet, do your job, did it perfectly. So for me, it was that last bundle of games where we needed the defence to be, solid, and they just kept keeping clean sheets for us. Yeah. So yeah, that for me. He did get a goal, didn't he? Was it Huddersfield home? He scrambled one in. So he did get a goal. But
yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that, mate. Just that little bundle of games at the end where he showed his leadership qualities.
Okay, and what are we going to do with him? Well, he's an essential player, isn't he?
He is. He's the skipper. He's the captain. We'll see who his partner ends up being, but he'll be the main man at the heart of the defence, and let's hope he can make that step up now.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, next then we're going to move on to Mark Travers. Mark Travers, is it worth even asking? No, it's not even asking.
I must have put him in absolute Dom.
Yeah, you did.
And he's staying.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, mate.
Oh, my God, mate. I mean...
Got every award virtually, didn't he? I think Dom got the Junior Cherries. But yeah, put it this way, Dom Solanke scored 30 goals in all competitions and Mark Travers won all the awards. That is all you've got to say about this guy. I was one, happily hold my hands up and go, did I think or want him to be the main goalkeeper? No. I thought, I don't want him to be rotting on the bench because he's young and he's got potential. Probably, if I was the gaffer, I probably would have said, let's get him out on loan and get him playing. How he's taken, and then he gets a goalkeeper come in, who, by the way, and Freddie Woodman, who we'll come on to, won the Golden Glove last season for Swansea, has played internationally for England, a Newcastle goalkeeper, and he couldn't get near the team because you could not drop Mark Travers. But what a goalkeeper. What a goalkeeper.
And you know what? Sometimes there's a keeper that has a worldie of a performance, like against Spurs in the Premier League. And like when he came in, unbelievable performance from him. Like match of the day, the pundits were raving over him. I think they even did a little montage at the end of the show with some of his best saves. And it's like he was like that every week for us.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? And we've now had 3 seasons in a row with a goalkeeper being our player of the season. Begovic was outstanding last season. Ramsdale was incredible.
I mean,
he's been better than both of them.
Yeah, but this is how much he's earned it, because he's got a player on the other end, side of the pitch, that's been so good, and he's still beating him. That's how. So yeah,
unbelievable,
ridiculous,
unbelievable. And to replace your previous goalkeepers have been Begovic, Ramsdale, Boruc, to come in and be actually you're probably the best, mate. For a one-off season, I think it's one of the best. Credit
to our goalkeeping department back then and also now. The coaches have done sterling work, and
I think wow. What I will mention as well is that it goes overlooked. I think the way he's improved in certain aspects. So I think the reason we bought Woodman in was distribution, and I think Travers never had that. I think he's improving on that. His distribution. Yeah. Goalkeepers these days, it's what you do with your feet as well. He's improved with that, and also my fear was always, does he command his area enough? I think he improved on that. Yeah. I never worried about that. Just everything, 10 out of 10. Unbelievable. Yeah. Even the songs, 10 out of 10. Surely he should be pushing for being Ireland's number 1. I mean, it's difficult because he's got a lot of competition, but... Mental, isn't it? Ireland are absolutely rank at football. But they've got Bazunu, who's a City goalkeeper, I think, still. He's been at Pompey, who's been unbelievable. Kelleher at Liverpool. And you think, God. But, Travers has been 10 out of 10. Have you got... I mean, there could be many, but moments of the season. I'm thinking
like QPR at home.
He was
We
brilliant.
were 2-1 up, and then they had a shot and like late on into the game that he just got his fingertips on and parried.
We even said in part 1, didn't we, when we were talking about Kilkenny at Middlesbrough away?
Yeah.
We
Again,
could have lost about 6-0.
Middlesbrough away.
But
Have you got? Go on.
it's got to be. We spoke about it. Sheffield United away.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. Both Gibbs White chances, I think they were. First half.
2 incredibles. One of them just for half time.
Yeah. And then the second half one.
That was a 1-on-1, wasn't it?
One-on-one, Gibbs White's running through for ages, and he just doesn't move. He's waiting for him to go down. He just doesn't. He stands tall and he just blocks it. And that was a 0-0 and a valuable point. So that's probably the moment, but you could say any moment for Travers. But the Sheffield one, not only were there 2 key saves, whether it was or not, that felt like we go to all the games. That was the chant.
Yeah.
That was when the chant come out, wasn't
was,
it? Yeah. So love that. Always remember that Sheffield away for. When I think if someone goes Sheffield United away, I think Mark Travers.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm giving him that moment of the season. But and obviously let's not go into it. He's essential to keep. He's our number 1.
Essential.
He might have more competition.
Yeah.
But because I did see a stat. I think I said this to you. There's a stat that when teams get promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, whoever the number 1 was in that season starts the season and gets dropped by Christmas.
Yeah.
Because that step up's normally too much for him.
Right.
I think Fulham done it previously with Bettinelli.
Yeah.
There's a few in there.
They did, yeah.
So big test for Travers, but I'll tell you what, he's proved he can do it in my opinion.
Okay, next then we're going to Morgan Rogers, a player that well, firstly, where do you think you put him on the list?
Would I have put him on hard to judge?
No.
Oh, I didn't. Did I put room for improvement?
No.
No, I put come on really.
Yeah, you did.
He was that bad at the start, was he? Yeah.
And he was. He
ain't
was
moving.
pretty bad. I mean, he scored that goal at Luton, and that's the moment. It's got to be the moment for him.
Yeah, I feel for him because we got 0 out of that game. Like if they hadn't scored that late goal, we'd have probably been like, he got us a point this season, and we were all laughing when he come on. But I mean,
it was a bit weird. I didn't know he was there.
Apart from
talking about the Millwall game, like where they. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, when he come on at the end. No, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought it went. That was an odd moment. I didn't know he was there.
I know it is. Bless him. And don't get me wrong. I feel like he's going to be a player that we're going to be surprised that in the Championship or League One he's going to rip it up. And that sounds really weird because there's nothing to prove that. But he's clearly a talented footballer. He's been at Man City.
Yeah.
He's got tricks in his locker. But the problem was he was being brought on with 5 minutes to go and impact the game.
Do something.
And he was trying so hard and just losing the ball every time. Derby away, lost the ball every time he come on. I remember going to Norwich that 6-0, atrocious. I really feel for him and I hope he has a good career, but it didn't work.
Probably a lack of experience.
Of course.
And obviously he's already gone.
Yeah.
So
let's not dive into it too much because he's not someone that lets down in terms of I hate him. Yeah. I hope he does really well. It just didn't work. There's normally a loan. I feel like Riquelme was a bit like that.
Yeah.
There's normally a loan that you bring him in, it's a no-brainer, don't quite work, and that's Morgan Rogers.
Okay.
But cheers for Luton. That was a good moment.
All right, Nyland then, Orjan Nyland, didn't play that. I think he might have played Yeovil away since
one league game.
One, yeah. But then, since our gradings list, and even in that, he made a blooper. Whereabouts do you reckon he was?
I probably put him in hard to judge, did I?
No.
Oh, room for improvement?
No.
Come on, really? Yes. Yeah, I'll keep him in there. You're coming into a club.
Hey, did you see that moment he had for Reading?
Oh,
Harry
Cornick. It's a shame, really, because I think Reading really like him. And actually,
he's had a good season.
When we played Reading at home, I thought he was quite good.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But what I will say is, yes, Travers has been sensational, but you've got a kid in goal. You've got to push him, and it crap. But
why was Travers injured or something?
Yeah, for the whole game he was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What I will say is, this will be a good question in years to come. 100% in terms of. So 100% clean sheet record in the league for Bournemouth this season. 1 game, 0 conceded. Not bad, but since that turn of the year, he played at Yeovil. Me and you were there. He was bloody awful.
Yeah, he wasn't great.
He gave him a goal. He was shaky as hell. Yeah,
Norwich his football wasn't great, was it?
He's crap. I'm sorry, but hope he does all right at Reading. Don't feel no ill feeling to him, but been rubbish for us. I can't put him any higher than what I've given Morgan Rogers. So
Is his moment of the season that clean sheet at Hull?
Got to be. I mean, I don't think he had a save to make. It's got to be that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else can we give him. Moment of the season. I don't think there's anything else, is
No,
there?
and he's of course gone already. So we'll move on next.
He plays with Haaland though for Norway.
Yeah,
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Incredible. But yeah, go on.
Philip Billing. Let me see where you put him at the start of the season, mate. I keep on. Oh yeah, I can see.
I think I put him in a category that I'm going to keep him in. Baller.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep him in there.
I love Phil Bill.
Do you?
I love when he's on it. I mean, not more than Heather, Ovs. Phil, you need to sort a shirt for Heather.
I mean,
that he
minimum
promised.
a shirt. I mean,
Minimum.
she might want more, but a shirt will do for now.
And like I said a couple of sort of vlogs ago, that when he plays well, the whole team play well. And
Agreed.
I like him, mate. I do like him, and he seems to be quite integral to the way we play.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this before. I always say, and you just said it then actually, when he's on it.
Yeah.
And I always felt like, why do we have to say that? Why can't he just be more consistent? And then I thought back and thought, the role he's playing, let's call it number 10. Yeah, attacking midfield.
Yeah.
Everyone's like that. Also, you say about Ozil,
of course.
when he's on it, he's good. They're always inconsistent because of that role they're playing in. If you're consistent, then you're playing for Man City. Like, do you know what I mean? And yeah, he probably gets a little bit of stick because sometimes he looks like he's kind of just drifting around, and you think, God, he can't win a header, and he's pretty. Yeah. But
10 foot tall, yeah.
But let's not forget the numbers this season. Let's not forget how key he's been. He's been great. He has been great, and we'll come on to later that he had someone like Todd Cantwell coming in, breathing down his neck. Marcondes, experienced player in the Championship, scoring hat-tricks in the Cup and that, trying to get down. Couldn't get in. And Billing was great for us. I think he's easily frustratable. I don't know if that's a word, but you get frustrated with Phil Bill quite easily. But there's some games, I remember Blackburn away, he was just ridiculous. So yeah, quality player, and I love him in that role. Thanks to Jonathan Woodgate actually for originally putting him in that role.
I'm just gonna Google
frustratable. That's got to be a word.
No, it's not a word, mate.
Well, I think it should be. If you think frustratable should be a word, let's use it.
In terms of his moment of the season,
I got one straight away, easy.
Go on. Blackburn?
No, not in Forest.
I thought is like Blackburn.
He was unbelievable. But I'm sorry, moment of the season, the little eye jig to Kieffer Moore.
That was good. And it's just the fact that like he
was
didn't even look. Yeah, he didn't even look at Kieffer, and he just plays that pass. Superb weight, and the way the camera pans into his face, thinking what's he going to do? And then he just squares it.
There's a few one touches about Billing. So that one is just one touch to Kieffer Moore. What a moment. The kick-off routine for Fulham.
Yeah.
Him getting the ball. What a perfect pass for Dom Solanke.
Yeah.
The goal at Blackburn, where Dom waits for him, he makes the move, just side foots it straight into the corner.
Yeah.
That one touch, that instinctiveness, shows his quality in my opinion. Technically, unbelievable player. I don't even know what it is that I feel like why we can get more out of him. Sometimes.
Because it's just because he naturally floats around with that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
It looks lethargic, but it's not.
Yeah, sometimes I just think the amount of quality I see in him, I think he should be like, you know what I mean? He should be scoring so many more, even though he's done all right. He should be having more of an impact on the game because, like you said, when he does perform, we always win.
Yeah,
but yeah, listen, he's been great. Deserves to be in that category, mate, and essential to keep.
Yeah, essential squad player to keep, not squad player. Essential.
He's one.
Player.
We'll start the season. It's a big step up. But if he don't perform first few, he could be one that ends up dropping out. He's got a big. To play in that role in the Premier League is a big one because he's got to do. You can't just be a floaty number 10. You've got to do the backward stuff because you're not going to have as much of the ball. So it'd be key for him. But he's got another opportunity now. He's had it at Huddersfield. He's had it with us. Yeah. Another opportunity in the Premier League, and hopefully he can take it.
Oh, Robbie Brady. Robbie Brady. Whereabouts did you?
He's good looking, isn't he?
He's a good.
I'll tell you what.
He's a good-looking guy.
I'll tell you what.
He is a good-looking guy. Lucy likes the look of him.
Lucy loves him.
Apparently.
I portray myself. I'm a straight male, and then I look at Robbie Brady and go, "Am I?" Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable. But yeah, where would I put him? I guess I would have put him hard to judge. He didn't play, did he? It's really horrible. This. I don't know where to put him because.
I mean, he was
horrible.
He was used sparingly.
He was.
He had that first performance against Blackburn. Wasn't particularly great on that side at home, but then I remember him coming on at Swansea, Borough and at Swansea, he was very effective. But, you know, and for me, that's his moment of the season. I'll cut to the chase. That ball into the box for Kieffer Moore.
Yeah, that's the moment of the season by a million miles. He started the last game, remember, against Millwall.
Yeah, he did.
But again, that was one where I thought he was okay.
Do you think it's hard to judge then? Or?
It probably is, but what I'm going to say, look at that room for improvement category.
Yeah.
What did I say in part 1? They all didn't grab the shirt.
Yeah. So
I'm just going to put him in that. Did you think, put it this way, if I asked you this question, when we got Robbie Brady, did you think he'd play more? And put more of a...
I genuinely don't know.
I thought he'd have more of an impact rather than one... Literally, his impact
don't know,
his impact in a Bournemouth shirt is one cross to Kieffer Moore. I probably thought he would have done a bit more, but I do like him, and that cross in the box was incredible. So, room for improvement, but...
And you know, as for next season...
Difficult one, isn't it? I think it's up to us, really. I think he was only here to the end of the season, I believe. I think this is be really interesting, and let us know in the comments below, because he's one where I think, is he good enough, or are we good enough in the Premier League to go with Jay-Z at left back and go, if he gets injured, we can play Smith or Brady there? Or do we need... I'm not sure.
Well, do you think it's up in the air then?
I think it's up in the air.
Yeah.
Up in the air. I wouldn't be surprised if he just went.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we kept him for the squad. I'm going to stick with up in the air for Brady.
All right, up in the air then. Ryan Christie. Ryan Christie.
Did I put him in solid shift?
No.
I put him in baller.
You did put him in baller. He's staying in baller, yeah?
Absolutely. What a player.
But the one letdown for me is just his stats and his numbers.
Yeah. Don't
tessellate with how good he often appears to play for Bournemouth on the pitch, where he's obviously really effective on that right side. I don't know why they bring him into the middle. I don't think he's effective there whatsoever. He was good there actually against Luton away, where he moved the ball on really quickly for one of our equalisers actually. Or not one of our equalisers, we only equalised once, but one of our goals that we scored.
Morgan Rogers away.
Yeah, Morgan Rogers away. But I just, when he's bearing down on goal, I've just got no faith that I'm going to see that net ripple.
No, I agree. I think what I always think about him is so if I said to you right midfield,
he's Matt Ritchie without the numbers.
Yeah, if I said to you right midfield this season, kind of, who'd you rather play, Christie or Stanislas? Everyone's saying Christie.
Yeah.
Because Christie's better. Yeah. But if I said to you, which one of them, if they play right midfield, is more likely to get an assist or goal? Everyone says Stanislas.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He needs to get the... I don't know why he can't, because technically it's unbelievable. Yeah. He beats a man with so much ease. You know what he's going to do. He's going to cut in. They still can't get it off him. He's got a hell of a left foot on him. He's technically brilliant. He works his fucking nuts off.
Yeah.
But he never scores. He never... it's weird.
He's staying in ball though, right?
He's got to, because I think...
I agree.
I think if he had scored the goals and got the assists, he'd be an absolute don, wouldn't he? Because how many times have you watched him and thought, God, you've got to get Christie off? You don't, because he always puts a shift in. He's brilliant.
Did you see the Forest vlog? Of course you saw the Forest vlog, but I think in that he scored from the halfway line. Obviously it was disallowed. The game had stopped, and he scored from the halfway line. And I'm thinking, how can you score from that far out?
It almost feels like
not 2 yards out.
Because I know Celtic fans literally said what's happened.
Oh, did they?
Okay. I remember them saying he'll be brilliant in the Championship, but don't let him shoot.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Steve Hensman, and we were saying there was a montage when we signed him of goals for Celtic, and these good goals, and you thought, oh bloody hell, he scored some nice goals then. And then the comments were, that's every one of his goals. I thought, is it? I thought it was just his best goals. If he had numbers, I think he's this good that if he had numbers and he got double figures goals and assists, he's a European, a team in Europe. Wow. I think he's that good.
Wow.
And he's a Parker player. The graft he puts in is so unnoticed. Off the ball, incredible, very Matt Ritchie-esque, as you mentioned. So
have you got a moment of season?
It's
probably season for him.
It's probably his scuffed goal because it was his first goal. Who was it against?
But then he that one where he ran through for a long.
I'm gonna look it up. He scored at home, but he went on for edge. He's never gonna score, and then he finally scored.
Was it Peterborough United?
Oh yeah, that sounds good. I mean, I'm gonna look it up.
Peterborough United, I think, because that was 1-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, he ended up getting. Did he get 3? He got a couple in the end, didn't he?
I think it was that goal.
But for me, it's the first goal because I want to mention the Stoke away. Massive win, 1-0 Solanke.
Yeah.
Solanke only scores because Christie had a shot and he got on the rebound, and that was a good moment. But I remember thinking for ages, like, will Christie ever score? And it was just the relief on his face when he did. It was a horrible goal, skanky, wasn't it?
And what about, he's an essential player, is he?
Yeah, he's essential for me.
Rather than one for the squad, he's an essential player.
He starts and then, by the way, I'm just looking at the stats, and he did score against Peter, but that wasn't the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, was it?
He scored at Cardiff, that was the goal.
Oh, okay.
Cardiff at home, in the 3-0 win was his first goal. That's the goal I'm talking about.
Okay.
And then he scored at home to Birmingham and home to Peterborough. So actually, that's a good little stat that I didn't know. Never scored away from home for Bournemouth. All 3 of his goals were at home. But yeah, essential player, starts the season. If he doesn't perform, he's a player that then goes on the bench and comes on, and you can rely on him. So well happy with Ryan Christie. $2.5 million. Absolute bargain.
Next, Zeno, Ibsen, Rossi. I mean, he didn't play for the second part of the season, I don't think. So, I mean, where do you think he was?
Was he in solid shift?
Yeah, he's in solid shift. And I don't think you can downgrade him as a
not
result
fair
of that. I think I mean, he's doing all right up in Scotland at the moment by all accounts. And you know what? I'm gonna cut to the chase. My moment of the season.
Yeah, I know what it is.
What?
Birmingham away.
Yeah, where he chats to Junior Stanislas and he basically says, this is what you need to do, make sure you go and do it. He puts the ball fast stick. He's hiding inside the goal mouth when Junior Stanislas peels off to the back post, nods it back to Dayton Anthony, bang,
Great
goal.
moment. And another game where he kept a clean sheet at the back. He was brilliant.
No one had ever even heard of this lad
No.
up until fairly recently as well. So.
Yeah, unbelievable. Crucial. And I think it's fair to put him in that category because, as I keep mentioning, that room for improvement is more players that would have felt they should have played more and performed better.
Yeah.
Whereas the solid shift, he's in there with Gavin Kilkenny because he's played. He only had to play 20 minutes, and you'd have got he's played more than he would have thought, in my opinion. So yeah, got to be solid shift. Really, really pleased for him. It's a really difficult one now going into what happens because I'm going to go more on me here because I really don't know. This could be a lot. It's not going to be essential, but this could be squad, loan out, up in the air, time to move on, going. It could be a lot. So I'm going to go what I would do and what I'd like us to do, which is to keep him but loan him out.
Yeah, I agree.
But he keeps going to Scotland, which I'm not really sure why.
No.
Which is fine. He's going to play. But I want to see him in the Championship.
League One,
I want to see him in the Championship. I want to see him.
Well, lower half.
Let's look at the teams that have got promoted, say. Wigan, Rotherham, for example. Go in there, go and muscle your way in a Championship team, make yourself a key player, and then if you end up being a mid-table Championship player, that's big for you. So I'd like to see him play in England. League One, fine as well if he's a main man, but I want to see him playing football because I think he's good enough. And when he had that spell in the second half of the season where he stopped playing for us because we had everyone back, I went and watched the under-23s, and I thought he is a class above everyone out here.
Really, wow.
So really like him, and I'd be sad if we let him go permanently. I'd get it because is he really going to get into our team if we want to be a Premier League club? No. But something about him, his stature as a centre-half as well, I like. So hopefully he just goes out on loan.
Right, so the next 7 players are all not on the tier list that we did previously because, well, we hadn't signed them then. Freddie Woodman is one of them, so there's nothing to compare it to, mate, but we'll just chat. And we'll put them on the tier list where we think Freddie Woodman, mate. I mean, saw him once against Boreham Wood, wasn't it, in the FA Cup at home. Let's not talk about that one, but I thought he was very...
He was awful.
He was awful because his footwork wasn't great. But I've got to say, despite that, we've not seen enough of him, have we?
He has to go hard to judge.
Yeah, you can't say come on really based on one
game against Boreham Wood where he gave the ball away a couple of times.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I also feel like that Boreham Wood game, he was trying to prove that he could play from the back too much. But hard to judge. To be honest though, if you said to me next season we go into the season with Travers as our number 1 and we sign Woodman as a 2, I'll be like, that's good.
Yeah.
Because I saw him at Swansea and he was a really good goalkeeper.
Yeah. So
hearing rumours now, by the way, literally as we're recording, when you went to the bar, I was looking on my phone, and it looks like Newcastle has set to sign Dean Henderson from Man United,
which could then.
1, it stops Eddie coming for Travers, and 2, it puts Woodman even further down. So if we could sign Woodman, Parker clearly likes him. I would take. Would you take them too? I would take them too as our 2 goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Because Woodman has proven it before. We just haven't seen it in a Bournemouth shirt.
So you're saying that we'll keep, you'd like to keep him.
I'd keep him one for the squad.
One for the squad.
I would sign him if we could as a number 2. I think what people say is they always think, oh, you can get a better goalkeeper. You're going, yeah, but they know they'll be number 2.
Yeah.
What goalkeeper are you going to get that's going to go, I'm happy to be number 2?
Yeah.
Not many. So I think Woodman would be a really good number 2.
Okay, brilliant. Moment of the season, well, playing against Boreham Wood and...
No, it can't be much. I'm going to say, did he do anything in the changing room or anything? Did he celebrate much?
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, I think I saw him go, yeah, we're going up. I enjoyed that.
Top man. James Hill. I think I only saw him against Barnsley.
When Cahill got sent off.
Cahill got sent off, yeah. So he came on for about 10 minutes or whatever, 15 minutes. It wasn't long. But, one for the future. But again, how can we judge him?
Put him in hard to judge, but I think this is exactly what I thought would happen. We signed him for the future. Simple as that. We signed him as a player that we thought we see potential in him. Get him now before his price goes up, and he's known to be a really top centre half. He's one for the future. So I think we keep him, but I think we loan him out.
Yeah.
Go and get football.
Championship level?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously he done well in League One, didn't he? Was it League One? It was, wasn't it? So he might go there, but I hope that he goes Championship and plays. But I think the key is I'd rather him go League One and play every week than Championship and be on the bench. Just let him play. Let him play. But he's one for the future, as expected.
All right, next.
He hadn't done a moment of the season for James Hill.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Yeah, okay, go on then.
Came on against Barnsley, kept the clean sheet, mate. Absolute dream.
There you go. That's
just like watching James Hill.
This player's not done much. Kieffer more. So we'll probably...
The GOAT.
Oh, my God!
I don't even care. Absolute Dom.
Yeah?
I don't care. Because I don't care.
Really?
Get him in there. I don't care. It's not his fault he broke his foot, is it?
No.
Right, so after that, let's clear it up, right? He comes on, breaks his foot. Not his fault, yeah. He comes back against Swansea.
Yeah.
He's an ex-Cardiff player, by the way. He's on the bench. Oh, bloody hell, he's on the bench.
But and he, by all accounts, like Chris Temple said, he's not fit.
He's not ready.
And after what happened, people were expecting him to start in the following game. He's like, no way, because he's not fit. Yet he still scored 2.
So he comes on, 3-0 down, changes the game, scores 2. Like, fair enough, not bad. Then we go, right, we need to beat Forest to get promoted. He goes, all right, I'll score. Right? Comes on, scores. And then the last game, we go, it doesn't really matter, but it's 0-0, fading out. Do you want to win us the game? Go on then. Comes on, scores.
He had time to screw that up. Because sometimes strikers, when they got too much time, they tend to overthink it. And
that's a player that's just scored a goal to win your promotion. Yeah. He's confident.
And he had options to the right. Jaden Anthony, I think it was, to his right-hand side. Like, easily, that'd have put Jaden in, no problem. He took it on. Worldy of a finish. I mean... that is Kenwyne Jones-esque.
I mean, it's
but,
not,
but better.
It's not Kenwyne Jones out the park, is it? I feel for Kenwyne actually.
Yeah, Kenwyne's like his status has gone down.
Can I just make a case here? Cardiff City Football Club, thank you. Kenwyne Jones now Kieffer Moore. They're a dream, aren't they? They are a dream. And do you know who they got after us? Lee Tomlin. Nice. Thank you very much, Cardiff City. But mate, honestly. Think of how much I remember how much I love Sean McDonald, and this is a big statement. But Kieffer Moore's my favourite Welshman of all time.
What, more than Harry Wilson?
Just. I saw people talking about Benzema for Ballon d'Or. Are you joking? No, I love him, mate. I love him, and actually on a footballing level, we've spoken about this before.
He's a good player.
I thought he'd just be a big lump that would win stuff, and then I've watched him in that very brief spell. I thought, actually, he's a good footballer, isn't he? Yeah. Good footballer. Mate, I mean, what he's done is ridiculous.
So,
good smile.
Is it worth asking your great smile, tall as well? Moment of the season?
Birmingham when he come on. Yeah, obviously. I mean, to be fair, it's hard because you kind of want to say Swansea, but it's got to be Forest for the goal, and it's harder than you think. He could have blazed that. So
I mean, his goal has probably been watched more than any other goal online, on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook this season.
Yeah.
So there's an accolade for you. As for next season,
keep one for the squad.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to start 2 up top. We're just not.
This is the calm after the storm now. Yeah. We've just been
the best player I've ever seen, like, in the squad. But yeah, I think he's going to be that player. He's going to be the impact player.
Yeah.
He is going to be the come off the bench, try and change it if he can.
Can he do it in the Premier League?
Let's see, mate. But I tell you what, if you're 1-0 down against whoever in the Premier League, and you've got 10 minutes to go, and you bring Kieffer Moore on. Yeah. That's going to scare people. He's going to win headers. He's going to put himself about. He knows that he can come off the bench and get goals. So yeah, one for the squad, mate.
Yeah, one Big for the squad. Okay, next we've got Nat Phillips.
Nat Phillips in the air. Nat Phillips in the air. Love him.
Go on. What do you think about it? Because I don't think he started that great.
No, I agree.
But, you know, as the campaign went on in those final few matches, him and Lloyd Kelly seem to have, you know, struck up a really good performance. Really interesting on that day of promotion video. You see him come into the changing room first. He says, "We're so much better than these boys. We're so much better than these."
Wow.
And the fact that he's, you know, going out with Liam Gallagher's daughter, absolute
Legend.
baller.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I was going to say whatever. Oh God!
You got to roll with it. Haven't you? Whereabouts do you think he should be on this tier?
Well, like you said, he didn't. I can't keep doing that. I've got to keep a straight face. I was going to say he didn't start great, but little by little.
But you know, like, stand by me with this one, right? No, go on.
No, I wake up sometimes with a morning. No, I'm joking. But to me, actually, joking aside, I'm only going to put him in solid shift. Do you think that's fair? Because he's played half a season, he's been great, solid, but he hasn't been incredible. So I think solid shift for Nat Phillips. I really like him, but
he's teetering on the edge of baller. But
of course, but I think I don't want to go too much off recency bias.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
we
actually,
got promoted, it's always good. Yeah, I agree.
But actually, there's a lot of times when he come in where Bournemouth fans were going, "Is he any better than Kale?" Want that?
Yeah, that's true.
Don't get me wrong, I think he got better little by little. But no, solid shift for me, and I really like him. For me, it's weird because he's still young, but he's an old school centre half.
Yeah,
he just loves winning headers. But the thing that screams in my head is West Brom away, where I just felt he couldn't cope with Andy Carroll, and that made me think, he's not quite there yet. But you forget he's young as well, similar to Lloyd Kelly. But he's very likeable, and as you said, coming into the change room, that showed a bit of leadership at a young age as well. So yeah, I like that.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Moment of the season for him.
Oh, moment of the season. Oh yeah, I'm trying to think of a moment of the season. It's difficult, isn't it?
Mine was that bit on AFCB TV where he just comes into the change room. That's the first thing. You know, part of the celebrations. I just love.
Oh, Blackpool.
Knee slide. That knee slide.
I ran to the front like a lunatic, and he just knee slid straight in front of me. And that was that was good. I literally just thought about it at the same time. Yeah. It's got to be that for me.
Were we Siamese twins that were just chopped?
We might be, mate.
Yeah, we
might be. Let us know in the comments below. But that knee slide was like you say, was a nice moment. I'll go with that. But obviously he was only here for a short amount of time. But in general, I think just the way that he got better and better and grew as a player. Yeah. I mean, don't grow in general because you're massive. Yeah. But I like that.
And if we, if we were to get him, if we could get him, which we can, it seems to be the right price.
Yeah.
What would he be? One for the squad, a central player? I don't know.
I mean, I want to keep him. Put it that way.
Okay.
Definitely.
So in that case, would he be starting or would he be one for the squad?
I think we want to start the season with Phillips and Kelly.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll
central player then.
Yeah, to start, but hopefully we'll have someone on the bench, no disrespect, but not a Kale who's on his last legs, not a Mepham who's probably not quite. Hill. Yeah, we'll have someone else there, maybe to push him, but put it this way, would you be happy to start the season with Phillips and Kelly? I think I would. Let them prove themselves. I think I would. So, at the back, I think he's a rock. He's a wonder wall, if you will. So I'll keep Nat Phillips.
Next, Siriki Dembele.
I like him. I love him. He's one of them players that just gets you off your seat. Really do like him, but
do you get the feeling he's one of these players that can have a worldy, game-changing match, or just not feature at all?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't want to say luxury, but I think people know what I mean. Gradle-ish, kind of. He's got to beat men and create something and get you off your seat, as I said. He's probably not going to do the R-graft quite as much. He might go missing in games. But I'll tell you what, for an impact, we'll talk about Blackpool, we'll talk about
Bristol City.
People forget because Brady and Moore get the credit. Swansea away, he come on at half time.
Yeah.
And the press was so much better with him. he nicked the ball off him a few times. When if you watch some of them chances we had, I think it was West Brom as well.
Yeah.
Was it West Brom he come on? And we had loads of shots, but didn't have any on target.
Yeah.
That was West Brom, wasn't it? He come off the bench. He put the defenders under pressure a lot. But honestly, his dribbling, you can't get the ball off it.
Didn't he? Was it Blackburn as well?
Might be. Oh yeah, away. Yeah,
he
might
Blackburn
have been.
away, where he basically had an assist in 2 goals.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
With Phil Bill and also Phil Bill twice.
One Slanky got the assist, but he was the one that won the back. Yeah. I really like him. Really like him. So, and actually, did I think he'd play anymore? No, I thought he'd come in as that kind of player. So I'm going to put him in solid shift. I think that's fair to say, because he wasn't brought in to play every week. So that's why I wouldn't give him room for improvement. And when he played, I thought he always delivered pretty consistently. The moment, there's a few in there because his goal against Bristol was a joke, but it's still not the moment because Blackpool away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the last kick of the game.
And that's limbs.
That is limbs, and you're in Pop World on a Saturday night in Blackpool singing Dembele, do you know what I mean, because of him. So, yeah, love Siriki, and he's got a bright future, really has. I like him.
Brilliant stuff.
What do we do with him? That's what I'm thinking. Because he's going to be a squad player. Yeah, he's going to be a squad player. Keep one for the squad. I'm in my head, I'm thinking,
Will he be?
does he need to go out on loan and play? I hope. I don't know.
No.
But I tell you what he is. He's someone that will be in the squad, but by January, it wouldn't shock me if he went out on loan.
Yeah. He's one of these players that's just got like no fear and just chuck him on, see what happens.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think he'll come up with the goods. I hope he will.
Yeah, I like him.
All right. Excellent stuff. Right. Next, then we've got Todd Cantwell.
Disappointing, mate.
Yeah.
Really disappointing.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. And you know what? I mean, it could be one of the, it's not hard to judge. I think we can judge this. For me, it could be either of the 2 bottom categories there.
Yeah, I'm struggling actually with this one because I don't, put it this way, he's not as bad as Morgan Rogers, but he had a chance when he come into the team. We played Lewis Cook, Billing and Cantwell for a few games. Just didn't grab the shirt.
Would Norwich even want him based on what they've seen?
No. I think I heard something with Dean Smith saying was at Bournemouth. We don't know. We ain't signing him. I'll be shocked. I feel for him in certain ways, but I think when we got to that nitty-gritty time of the season, Forest and stuff, he was available. We didn't even put him on the bench because we didn't think he was up to it.
He's obviously had a number of issues off the pitch. Certainly at Norwich that he's.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, it certainly affected his form there, and I thought was going to be a bit of a fresh start for him, but hasn't really seemed to be that way. He's got, obviously, we know he's got talent, but just haven't really seen it like we wanted to. So, I mean, where are you putting him?
I think what's tipping it for me is he come on against West Brom to change a game at 2-0 and was absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
And it's probably not his fault, but the expectation, I thought he'd take us to the next level. So I'm going to go, come on, really.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I don't feel like he has earned the right to be in the same category as Pearson, Marcondes, Stacey. He hasn't earned the right, mate. He's come in and not been very good.
And if we did have the option,
Nah.
I mean, no, just gone.
Not for me, because he doesn't feel like... Put it this way, I don't know if you know what I'm saying. For the squad, Cantwell's a better player than Marcondes.
Yeah.
But for the squad, I'd rather Marcondes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd get rid of him, whether he's at Norwich in the Championship or wherever. I hope he does well and picks up that form, because he was a class act. I don't know what's happened. But don't see him being here, mate.
No, okay. Right.
Last one, is it?
Last one. Ethan Laird.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Started a couple of games. Came on in a couple of games.
I think this is really difficult. It could be hard to judge.
Yeah, I'm in actually. There's 3 I'm thinking of. So I'm thinking
hard to judge, solid shift, room for improvement.
Exactly. They are the 3 I'm thinking of. I'm gonna put him in room for improvement.
Okay.
Because there were times where Smith was out.
Yeah.
Why are you not getting in? He started a couple of games. I thought he was okay. He come on in games. He was okay. I thought, what you've done for Swansea, go and show it, mate. You should be able to walk in here. But he didn't, so I'm going to put him in room for improvement. But off the pitch, I really liked him.
And is that your moment?
Yeah, just the way he was off the pitch.
His off the pitch moments. I mean, you could see what character he was and is.
It makes me understand maybe why you bring him in. He's good for the dressing room. He's playing a few positions, and yeah, he's likeable, isn't he? And to be honest, if we were to go in next season with the same right back options, I'd take it. And he's clearly still a young player. It'll be interesting to see actually, because he's a young player, and Ten Hag's got to Man United, and he likes looking at the young players. So see what he can do. But certainly a likeable character, and I hope he does well. We haven't seen enough, so it was easy to put him in. I think it would have been easy to put him in hard to judge. Yeah. But because of what he did at Swansea, I think he should have really said, no, bloody start me. Yeah. And I don't think he quite done enough. So that's why I'm going to put him there, mate. But seems a likeable character, and if we were to keep hold of him, I think it'd be interesting to see if he can kick on.
What are we going to do with him, mate?
Interesting, isn't it?
I mean, assuming that the sort of ball's in our court.
If the ball's in our court, I think we keep him for the squad.
One for the squad.
Yeah, I do. I think we keep him for the squad.
Will he be loaned out now?
No, I think if he's loaned out, he might as well stay at Man U and get loaned out. Yeah, I think he's young, he's versatile, he's good in the dressing room. I think we keep him for the squad and see how he goes and give him a season, see what he's about. In terms of moments, him and Cantwell don't really have moments, but I'm just going to say what he's like in the dressing room, like we mentioned, mate. I'm just going to stick with that. But yeah, let's see what happens with him. I'm interested to see how his career goes.
So, of course, this is a player grading show, and of course, Will Dennis has been in and around the squad, but didn't register any minutes for the Cherries this season. But he is an absolute baller, yet unfortunately, we're going to have to put him in hard to judge. And of course, Christian Sadie as well. I think he had about 2 minutes on the pitch this season, spread over the first 2 games, West Brom and Nottingham Forest. But of course, he's been at Burton Albion on loan since then. So we're also going to put him in hard to judge as well. And of course, we can't rate the younger players. I would call Will and Christian some of the senior players, but there have also been some younger players who, of course, have been knocking on the door and even played in the FA Cup matches as well. For instance, Mariah Welsh at Yeovil, but we're not going to put them on the list here. What we will say, though, is the updated news that you'll have seen on our graphic. So, since recording the show at the Pear, Bournemouth have confirmed its list of retained players following the Championship season. But Gary Cahill is among 5 professionals to depart the club upon the conclusion of their contracts, alongside Brennan Camp, Ryan Glover, Connor Curran-Brown and also Luke Nippard as well. It says that discussions remain ongoing between Republic of Ireland international Robbie, Brady and the club, while the options have been exercised on the contracts of Brooklyn Genesini, Jake Scrimshaw and also Sam Sherring. The club have confirmed, as you'll have seen on screen, that Freddie Woodman, Nat Phillips, Ethan Laird, Todd Cantwell and Leif Davis have returned to their parent clubs. That doesn't mean that talks have to stop there, of course. Fingers crossed, we might see a couple of them back at the club. Excellent stuff. Okay, so there is our tier list. Let us know whether you think we've got it spot on.
And if you've got one, say if I said to you, this, I'm just chatting to the chat, all right? If you've got one, I say to you, you're allowed one position to move. One player you can move, only one. Which one are you doing? Which one are you most kind of, I don't think he should be there, he should be there? Let us know. What do you think if I'm giving it to you? Because it was kind of more on me. I know we kind of discussed it.
Yeah, Kieffer Moore I put in baller.
You're a joke. You are a disgrace.
Yeah, no, but if I had to be, with the recency bias, I'd put him in baller because really, for 4 games, yes, he scored in every single match he's played for AFC Bournemouth. He's got the best goals to minutes ratio of any footballer on the planet ever.
You're a disgrace.
However, I just think that's who I'd move.
I think that's absolutely outrageous.
Or I'd move like Lerma up or something, or Jaden Anthony alongside.
Actually, yeah. If I'm just looking at it now, obviously I've done it. The only one I'm debating is can Anthony move up?
Yeah.
But I just don't think
it feels harsh to put Jay-Z
above
and Jaden Anthony apart. I just don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just like,
but then I reckon if we had done this back when we got promoted before,
yeah,
Pew would have been one higher than Daniels.
Yeah.
I like how they're underneath. He's underneath him though. I love that. I love that.
Oh, enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was good fun, mate.
Enjoyed that. Right, coming up this week on the channel. So much stuff, it's ridiculous.
Have
Well,
we?
actually, there's like a couple of videos.
Oh, fair enough. God, it's loud.
But we'll be here again at the Parley. I've got a little surprise to unload on you, mate. Oh, should have said that. That sounds weird. I've got a little surprise to give to you.
Oh, okay. Looking forward to it.
It's no gifts. It's a video that we're doing. Like so.
But Lerma's going to be here.
Yeah.
Have we got like a special guest or?
No.
Oh, okay.
But stay tuned because there's loads more to come, and we're going to give you some news on our brand new website, and also
Our only fact, no.
OnlyFans. Also, we've got some opportunities for local businesses to get involved with the channel next season. Because we're going big and we're going hard, or whatever. What's the phrase?
We're going big and we're going hard, apparently. I'll take it. We're going Kieffer. That's the new. Yeah, we're going Kieffer.
We're going strong for next season.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely, mate.
Absolutely looking forward to bringing you some Premier League content.
Can't wait.
Thanks for watching. Until the next video. Up the chest.
Up the chest. Oh, big and hard.
Big and hard. Is that right? Go big and
Yeah, it's
go
fine.
hard.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or is it go big and go home? What did I say? Go.
Big and hard's fine.
Yeah.
It's only your mind that's
Oh,
making you
yeah.
think otherwise.
Oh,
It used to be go hard or go home, didn't it?
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, you fucked it, whatever.